Right, it is recording now.
My name is Stephanie and this is my video and a manager's guide on how to deal with work-related stress. The scenario is we've got an employee, Melanie, who's worked for the organisation for 10 years in the same role in the same department. The company's recently gone on a restructuring and Melanie's being displaced into a new role. Hi Melanie, I thought it would be nice if we had a little bit of a chat. Can I get you a coffee or anything?
No, thank you.
So Melanie, how are you?
I'm okay.
Did you have a nice weekend, Melanie?
Yeah, it was alright.
So how are you finding the job recently?
It's okay.
I mean, I noticed that you've been late 3 times this week. Is there a problem at home? Is there anything that I can do to help you?
No, not really.
How are you finding the job? You know, I appreciate that it's a fairly new role for you and you've been in that other department for 10 years now. Is there anything that I can do to support you?
No, not really.
Are you finding the work okay? Is it challenging enough?
It's alright.
I'm a little bit worried about you as you appear to be missing some crucial deadlines. You know, we had the Brown and Smith case, you missed that deadline. You never wanted any help or anything. You know, did you find the information from finance okay?
I wasn't aware that my work wasn't up to standard.
Melanie, I'm not saying that now. I'm just saying that you've missed a few deadlines and you have been late for work on a few occasions. You know, I'm just trying to find out if you need some support. As your line manager, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to support you.
I'm really sorry. I just can't cope. I've got personal problems. My husband's left us. I'm struggling with childcare, getting the children to school and collecting them. I just can't seem to grasp this new database. And the girls are lovely in the office, but I just don't feel part of that team. I just wish I could go back with your job.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Melanie. If there's anything I can do, you know that I'm always here to talk about you. As a line manager, that's my role. I'm here to help you. There are several things that I can do to put in place to help you.
Really? I would really appreciate that.
I mean, first of all, let's talk about the role. How do you find the job? Is there anything that you enjoy about it? Is there anything that you don't like?
Sometimes I feel like the job is a little bit monotonous.
Right.
Especially when I'm on the database, I can be on it all day.
Uh-huh.
I feel like there's a total lack of variety. I'm struggling to cope with some of the tasks and it's just not for me.
Right, well what I'll do, Melanie, is I'll introduce a variety of tasks that it doesn't become repetitive for you. So we'll have some individual, some group tasks. We'll also arrange to meet on a regular basis to discuss your workload. And we'll talk about things, we'll set you some objectives that you can work towards and then we'll discuss them at your next appraisal. I mean, does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, it is.
So how do you feel about the new system that we've introduced? I know you said you were struggling before, but is there anything that I can do to help? I mean, I know change is stressful for employees.
The thing is, I feel like because I'm older than the other girls, they've grasped the IT much better than me. And
right.
It's a while since I had any IT training.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm struggling. I feel like they're just grasping it straight away and I'm just not really taking the information in. I'm really struggling, to be honest.
Right, well don't worry about that, Melanie, because there's some things that we can do. I mean, I can offer you some training sessions where you can learn some new skills, opportunity to work with other people and work on the new system. I can offer you as much training that you need. I appreciate that it's a really big change for you.
Thanks, that would be great. Like I said, I'd really appreciate some help. I think I need some.
I mean, you mentioned that you're struggling with childcare issues. I can offer you some flexible working, so you can take your children to school until you find a childminder. Does that sound alright?
Really? I didn't realise that, you could offer us some flexible working.
If you just let me know about the hours that you can work and then we can work around that and discuss. I mean, perhaps you can start at a later time in the day. As long as you notice on the system, when as your line manager I want to make sure that you've got the balance. I don't want you going home feeling stressed because you're struggling with the work or you're finding the new system hard. I mean, how about some counselling? Have you thought about that? Do you think that would benefit you in any sort of way?
I think it probably would because I don't feel I've got anybody to talk to.
Right.
I don't like discussing my personal problems with my colleagues. So I think if I could speak to someone independently, it would help because I definitely think I need to talk it through.
Yes.
Because I am feeling under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that, Melanie. I mean, I'm always here if you want to chat. You know that my door's always open. you can just grab a coffee, we'll have a little bit of a chat. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about?
No, thank you. I think that you've been really helpful. I certainly think the flexible working is going to help and the additional training, so thank you.
No problem. I mean, I can arrange an appointment with a counsellor for you. As long as you send me the details of the hours that you can work, we're going to introduce the flexible work like we've talked about, because I do think that would be hugely beneficial for you. I'll drop you an email to clarify everything. Is this okay? Is anything else you want to talk about today? Are you feeling alright now?
Yeah, I feel much better now.
That's good. Thanks, Melanie.